Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Brady and Marlena are talking about Tater Tot's new employment at the pub in Marlena's penthouse. She wants Brady to be more gracious to his son because she believes he is being a jerk. He acknowledges that he might be making up for Rachel's lack of parental guidance. Brady adds that he might be on the verge of getting custody back. Marlena doesn't see why Gabi would support Brady in any way, much less oppose Kristen. Brady believes that a significant project is underway, but he doesn't care as long as he gets to keep his daughter. Marlena asks if he and Kristen can't work out a plan, but Brady says lying is his best and only course of action. Kristen enters in Gabi and Stefan's room at Dimara Mansion just as Gabi is finishing off her makeup. She says she's going to the bistro to spend some time with her siblings. They're letting go of their resentment and moving on. She's just happy that her brother wants to be closer, and she doesn't really care why. Before Kristen leaves to see Rachel, Gabi makes up a story that she was taken out by Harold. Stefan and Rachel resume their cunning game of 20 questions in the living room of Dimara Mansion. He smothers her with flattery while acting as though she guesses the correct response. He claims she guessed correctly. He's giving her tickets to see Taylor Swift. There's one requirement, according to Stefan. He wants her to enter a costume contest for Halloween. He reassures her that Gabi is a fashion designer, allaying her fears that she has nothing nice to wear. When Stefan and Gabi get together, they talk about Kristen's planned lunch with EJ. They determine that before EJ moves, they must get control over Kristen. Rachel returns at that precise moment. Leo and Dimitri are still trying to figure out how to get out of Salem at the random motel. Dimitri gives him one final opportunity to reconsider. Leo claims he doesn't intend to part from the love of his life, but Dimitri would like to discuss things further. He fears that Leo did not choose to live a life of evasion. Leo reassures him that being with his beloved is all he desires. Horton Square. When Jada and Harris arrive, Ava begs Clive's goon to cooperate with her. Harris has misgivings about the thug that Ava presents as Gil, the bistro's new owner and her new boss. Harris observes doubtfully as Jada strikes up a conversation with the restaurant owner. Following their departure, Harris shares his concern with this Gil persona. Jada believes he is being unduly cautious. Two very happy spirits emerge at that very moment. Phil questions Ava about their encounter with the police at the bistro. Ava reminds him that she was forced into the position and that it is unreasonable to ask her to work without consulting her loved ones. Gil wonders if they can take advantage of her closeness to the cops. Leo's room at Salem Inn. Upon arrival, the two are taken aback by their ability to navigate Horton Square. The dishonest pair leaves when Jada and Harris get there. They dash out to carry on the pursuit. Stefan shows up at Marlena's penthouse to talk to Brady about the custody dispute. Brady declares his interest but questions what it will get him and Gabi. After giving a brief explanation that it's a family matter, Brady concurs that he doesn't need to know the specifics. He then consents to instigate a fight in order to initiate the procedure. Dimara Mansion. Outside, Marlena shows up with a goodie bag for Rachel as Kristen leaves. After perusing it, Kristen declares that nothing she brought is suitable. Marlena expresses her grief for her granddaughter, but she receives harsh rejection. In Gabi and Stefan's room at Dimara Mansion, Gabi starts assisting Rachel prepare her costume. When Gabi finishes painting Rachel's face, it seems as though she was physically assaulted. Gabi snaps a photo as proof. Horton Square. Brady praises Kristen for letting Tate see Rachel as they run into the mother. Is Holly the only tutor she could hire, he wonders. They argue for a while before he makes an attempt to leave. At that moment, Leo and Dimitri appear, trailed by Harris and Jada. Goon Gil believes he can take advantage of Ava's friendship with Harris. When Jada and Harris go to trap Dimitri and Leo, they discover others hiding in plain sight. When Dimitri and Leo return to the Roach Hotel, they are ecstatic about their trick. They then start attacking each other viciously. Brady informs Kristen that they share the desire to see Rachel well. Brady is reminded by Kristen that she is a licensed social worker. Stefan enters the scene at the same moment. Gabi movies Rachel claims that her mother gave her a beat-up appearance. Sloane's digs. Talking about being parents makes Eric and Sloane seem adorable. When she learns he saw Nicole at the hospital, she becomes a little irritated. He clarifies that she was merely renewing a prescription and the infant is fine. Eric expresses regret for ever bringing up Nicole's name. Sloane acknowledges that Nicole's pregnancy makes her jealous. When he casually says that Nicole obtained the baby's DNA results, Sloane becomes quite concerned. She quickly leaves, feigning a court urgency at that very moment. She discovers in the hallway that she still has the manipulated copy of the test results that names EJ as the father. When Marlena shows up to visit Eric, they catch up on Belle's turbulent marriage. They then talk about Sloane, who, according to Eric, abruptly left to take on a legal matter. Even if Sloane is the reason for her son's happiness, Marlena is still glad for him. She also anticipates a new grandchild, which Eric so rightly deserves. Living room of Dimera Mansion. Nicole presents EJ a genetic information document for the baby. Having a second copy validates his paternity, which makes him happy. He makes the decision to preserve the paper in the wall safe. He places the envelope on the desk with the number 12 scrawled on it at that very moment, then answers a call. After Nicole leaves, Sloane walks outside and peers through the window. Harold isn't present to answer the doorbell when it rings at that moment. Sloane enters covertly to take the envelope while he's gone. She doesn't realize that she replaced the number 12 envelope with her own as she heard EJ return. Xander arrives at Alex's bachelor pad to visit him. He desires Alex to step down and return Maggie to her position. According to Xander, Alex ought to grant Alex's wishes, which are rather evident. According to Alex, what counts is how he interprets Victor's desires. When Victor's amended will is said to make no sense by Xander, they start to argue back and forth. When Alex claims he would give anything back to have Justin as his father again, they start fighting again. Brady shows up at Kyriakis Mansion to see Maggie and inquires about Konstantin. She claims that she toured Salem with him during the day, but he is departing the next day. Brady is taken aback by Konstantin's unexpected arrival. Maggie says she's loved having him here because it's allowed her to get to know a side of Victor that she didn't know. She shares with him some of the anecdotes Konstantin had told her about Victor and expresses her amazement at her husband's ability to surprise her even in death. Brady is still in shock that Victor spent so much time hiding Alex's secret. Maggie claims that she and Alex are not compatible, which is unexpected given how close she was to his father. Theresa becomes frightened when Konstantin shows up in her room at the Salem Inn. He claims he wants to enter so nobody would be aware of their acquaintanceship. I came to town to see Maggie, claims Konstantin. He also wants to know Theresa's current status with Alex. When she reveals she's moving in with Alex, Konstantin is impressed. Flashback. When Konstantin shows in and notices the open suitcase, Theresa is reading Victor's will. When he finds Victor left him nothing, he quickly becomes enraged and grabs the will. He says he will notify Alex and Brady about Theresa's spying and attempts to convince him to leave. At that moment, he discovers the unread letter that purports to explain the will's modification. Together, they read that half of Victor's money was bequeathed to his long-lost son, Xander Cook. Theresa becomes aware of how similar Alex and Xander's government names are and how simple it would be to change them at that moment. She decides to go one step further and woo Alex before he finds out about his money. They then decide to collaborate and divide the funds. Theresa regrets deceiving Alex, but not enough to abandon the charade. In order to make sure he is paid, Konstantin decides to stay in the city. Xander encounters Theresa as he leaves. Alex notifies him that she will be relocating. Alex informs her that Xander is envious of his recent success. After visiting the Kyriakis mansion once more, Constantine presents Maggie some flowers as a token of appreciation for her hospitality. He says yes when she asks if he wants to stay in the area. Telling Nicole that they will be the only ones with access, EJ places the envelope in the wall safe. When Sloane gets home, Eric is cuddling Marlena. They were reportedly discussing the impending nuptials and the baby. Marlena waves them off and invites them to dinner. Sloane takes out the letter and runs it through the shredder as Eric walks Marlena away. Thanks for watching if you liked this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.